So I am Dr. Peace Uche, also known as Doc Peace. I'm going to share a little bit about me later on, but I want to thank everyone for taking the time out of their day to join me in this training because I know that we are all in different stages of developing our business, creating our business and launching that. And so I'm really grateful to be able to share with you ways in which I have leveled up and developed my business to hit over 10K a month, which is actually what I was making as a pharmacist. So I'm really grateful that I'm able to do that in this business, doing what I love to do. So yes, thank you so much for joining us. And why don't we get started? Let's get started on today's training. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. While you're logging in, go ahead and share with me where you're logging in from. I'm always really excited to see where everyone is and it's just incredible how we're able to connect with each other virtually from all over the globe. So go ahead and say hi that you're joining us and where you're joining from. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, you should be able to see my slideshow here. And so 2 weeks ago, we went over how to create your golden high ticket offer. And this training is going to talk more about how to launch that offer. And so if you're joining me live today, I want you to comment #live and where you're joining in from. And if you happen to be catching the replay, comment #replay. So thank you so much for joining us. We have Callum joining us live. Hello, Callum. We have Karan Preet joining us live. Welcome, welcome. So in this training, we are going to cover how to launch your golden offer in 3 steps. So we're going to go over how to attract leads through proper messaging, how to lead with value through hosted trainings, how to build relationships through follow-up. And there's a little bonus here. I'm going to actually share with you the shifts that I made in my career, in my business to help me reach my previous pharmacist salary. So what are you most excited to learn today? Out of these 3 things, what are you most excited to learn today? So we have Callum here from San Diego live. Wonderful. So those who are joining me on the Zoom call behind the scenes, feel free to comment as well. I would love to see your comments and your responses and any questions that you have here on the Zoom call behind the scenes. Okay, so before we get into it, I want to share with you a little dose of inspiration. So I want to remind everyone that life is a string of opportunities. Reach out and grasp your pendants of chance. So when you get the opportunity to connect and to engage with your ideal clients, appreciate that opportunity and make use of all these opportunities by leading with value. So we're going to dive into how to create more of these opportunities, attract more of these opportunities with ease, and how to lead with value when these opportunities arise. So again, I welcome you to drop any questions you may have as we go through this training in the comments, and I will address them. I can see all your comments here on Facebook, and I can see all of them here behind the scenes on Zoom. So let's dive right on in by letting you know who I am. So some of you who are joining today know who I am, but there's some that I don't. So if you've already heard this story, go ahead and comment #heard it, and then share with me your story, because it's about time I heard your story if you've already heard mine. So I'm Dr. Peace Uche, also known as Doc Peace. I'm the creator of the Golden Program, also the creator of the Golden Speaking Program and the Golden Business Accelerator. Through the Golden Program, I help women who are feeling stuck and unfulfilled in their lives clearly define their purpose and confidently advance towards that purpose. And then through the Golden Speaking Program, I help entrepreneurs gain the visibility that they need to grow their business organically by speaking on other people's platforms and authoring a best-selling book to boost their credibility. And then through the Golden Business Accelerator, I help wellness experts who would like multiple revenue streams leverage their expertise to create, launch, and grow their online-based business. And this program encompasses all of the above programs. So Golden Business Accelerator is one of my favorite programs that I host, but it's incredible to be able to host all of them because everyone's in a different stage of their life road. I'm also a transformational rhythmic speaker, and I use the power of spoken word to transform mindsets. So if you're not yet familiar with spoken word and would like to experience it, I invite you to go to Instagram and type in doc.PEACE, and you'll see some of my spoken word clips, which I call flows. So I get this question all the time. And yes, I do indeed hold a doctorate in pharmacy. I worked in the corporate world behind the scenes of pharmacy for Fortune 500 companies. I work with patients, I work with providers, I work with fellow pharmacists, all to ensure proper medication education and use. And this was such an incredible experience playing such a pivotal role in healthcare. And some of the things that I learned during this time was how to effectively educate and how to connect and communicate professionally. It was in 2019, though, that I realized that I wasn't using all of my innate gifts and talents. And it was around this time that I launched doc.PEACE. doc.PEACE was initially created as a speaking brand to inspire the world. And I soon realized that if I didn't take my services online, no one would know who I was. So in 2019, I started to learn how to build an online-based business. And as you know, that is what I now do with my clients. So while working as a full-time pharmacist, I realized how important time and location freedom is in life. Freedom to control your time, freedom to control your schedule, and freedom to control your location is one of the greatest goals in life. And I wanted that. So that was my personal goal then, and I achieved it. And now that is what I help my clients achieve as well. So I want to share with you a quick story on why everything's gold. And it was because 2018, that's when I made this shift mentally that I wasn't really aligned with my sole purpose working as a full-time pharmacist. And so I was dressed in this wedding. I was dressed in this gold sequin dress sitting at this wedding. And I felt that I wasn't able to completely interact because I was playing a role, basically. And so as I sat there, I had this realization, I need not just to wear gold, I needed to be gold. I needed to be a genuine, original, loving dreamer. A genuine, original, loving dreamer is what I became. And that is why everything is gold. Because I believe everyone is either gold or has the ability to be gold. And my vision is that of unity. And I believe that unity comes when we are each aligned with our purpose and are looking to build each other up versus tear others down. So if you are following me here and you are currently aligned or ready to further align with your sole purpose, I invite you to comment #unity. #unity. All right, everyone. I'll be doing a free giveaway. And in this giveaway, I'll send you an autographed copy of my book, Peace of Mind Method. It's a poetic guide to living your best life. And the person who receives this book will be the individual who is the most engaged during this training. So for people who've never hosted a live training like this before, it's very interesting, a really unique feeling when you're sitting in front of the camera just talking to it. So it's nice to know that there are others here with me and I can feel your energy and be able to hear and read the questions and comments that you may have. So whoever is the most engaged in the comments will get a free copy of my best-selling book. I will ship it to you directly and sign it. So we have a couple comments here. We have #unity, #unity, #unity. I love your book. Thank you, Beth. Okay, let me check Facebook before we continue and we get into this training. Okay, perfect. #unity and Jenny, perfect. Okay, let's get into it. So before I share with you how to launch a golden offer, I want to define what a golden offer even is. A golden offer is one that solves a big problem for somebody else, a huge problem. And by working with you to address their pain point, you take them from their problem to a better state. Because of the time, the energy, and the expertise that you put into creating this golden offer, you can charge a high price. And because of this problem being so big, for your target audience, that price will be worth it for them to resolve their problem, because if it weren't for you and your guidance and your insight, they would still be stuck dealing with their pain point. So does this make sense? Comment hashtag makes sense if this is all making sense, what a golden high ticket offer is. And if you have any questions about it, let me know. We went into this a little bit more in our last training. So this particular training will be how to launch your golden high ticket offer and get it the exposure that you need to grow your business and enroll clients into your high ticket offer. Hashtag makes sense. Hashtag makes sense. Good. Tigress and Beth makes sense. Great. Okay. So let me go ahead and check. Okay. Facebook is doing well. Okay, so this diagram is a little busy, but it shows you the steps that we would go through. These are the actual steps I take my clients through in order to launch their golden high ticket offer and enroll clients into that offer. So 2 weeks ago, we went over this training where we identified golden attributes, we identified expertise, we identified the problems that you can solve, and we identified your ideal client. So now as we progress, we're at the launch phase and we want to start enrolling clients. So this is what we're going to be really focusing on during this training. So one of the phrases that you will hear me say over and over again is get it connected, get it connected. Because people buy from brands that they know, that they like, and that they trust. But in order for you to become a brand that they know, like, and trust, you got to get it connected. You got to connect with these people, connect with your tribe, connect with your prospective clients. And the way that you are going to be able to connect with them, the way that they are going to be able to connect with you is by you sharing your authentic self and getting into that vulnerable space. Because this vulnerable space is where true connections are made, because it allows the other person to see that you are real, that you are being real. That you're being real with them, you're being consistent and sharing this real content. And that is super important in building your brand and becoming a brand that your ideal client knows, likes, and trusts. So once you've identified your golden attributes, you've identified what problems you can solve, and you've identified who your ideal client is, it's time to get it connected and to launch. So let's go, let's launch. So today's training is going to dive into how to launch your offer. So as you launch your golden offer, it's important to remember to shine your golden light. Because again, I believe that everyone is either gold or has the potential to be gold. Everyone on this call is gold because you're here, you're leveling up, you're making your vision a reality. So it's important to shine that golden light, to shine it bright. You're going to launch your offer in 5 ways: consistently posting on social media with targeted messaging, direct messaging leads, you're going to direct message your leads. And then you're also going to host a training series like the one you are in right now. And you're going to speak on other people's platforms. These are the ways that you're going to start to get your name out there. Launching an offer does not mean posting one time saying, oh, hey, I have this new offer, everyone sign up, enroll. They don't know what your offer entails. They don't know what value they will get from it. And so that is why it's important to do these 5 things to show them the value that you would be providing them once they sign up with you and join your program. So which of these steps are you really good at? And which of these steps do you need more help with? Share them in the comments. Which of these steps are you really good at? You good at consistently posting on social media? Are you good at direct messaging your leads? Are you good at hosting a training series? Which of these are you really good at, and which of these steps do you need the most help with? So in each of these steps, I encourage you to lead with value. Lead with value and shine your light bright, because the energy that you put out in your content, the energy that you put out in your workshops and your sessions, it shows, it really shows. And people take notice, then they appreciate the light that you emit. And light attracts light. And you are gold. You're gold, Starling. So shine your golden light bright and lead with value, because when people see your account and they're browsing through, they need to see that you are providing value, that you are genuine, that you are original, that you live with heart, and that you are aligned with your purpose, because this opens them up to receive the information that you are giving. Your light ignites their light. And as you continue to provide this golden value, they begin to see you as an authority figure. They begin to see you as a true leader, because you're teaching them things. You're helping them navigate through their pain points. So they're going to begin to see you as an expert in that arena. Does this make sense? So you begin to not only inspire them, but you begin to transform their lives for free. So they're going to want more. If you're giving all this out for free, what would you be giving them if they paid you for it? So they're going to want more of the value that you're giving. They're going to want to work with you. They're going to want to shine their light as bright as you do. And this value is visible in your content, and what ultimately helps you get it connected. So be gold. That's it, be gold. So let's dive deeper into how to create consistent targeted messaging. Okay, let me check the comments here. We have a comment from, let me make this bigger here. We have a comment from Beth. She's just launching, so she needs help with all of the above. Well, you're in the right place, Beth. Tigress needs help with all these above. You are one of my golden clients, so we're gonna help you with that, definitely, Tigress. You post, but not consistently. We're gonna work on posting more consistently with targeted messaging. Okay, let me check the comments here on Facebook. Jenny, this is what I'm working towards. My social media presence is weak. We're going to work on making it stronger. And Callum says hosting trainings, good at marketing. Social media is like what is that? And working on focused posts and direct messaging. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to touch on all of this today. And hopefully at the end of this training, you'll feel like you got this. Okay, so let's get into targeted messaging. So in whatever content that you put out, you want to make sure that it resonates with you. And being able to share your truth is one of the greatest gifts that social media provides us. Being able to share your truth to thousands, to hundreds of thousands of people. So I want you to seek to either educate, to empower, to entertain, or to inspire with your posts. Have a purpose with your content. And if it doesn't resonate with you or doesn't have a purpose, then revise that content until it does. Because there's so much different content out there. And if there's not a reason behind that post, if there's not a reason, the intentionality, and if it doesn't speak to your target audience, what is the purpose of that post? Is it for you? Is it a post just for you? So have a purpose with your content. If it doesn't resonate with you or doesn't have a purpose, then revise that content until it does. So we're going to dive deeper into each of these categories as we go through this training. But again, remember to share your truth, not anyone else's. So think of your messaging and the content that you put out as an unofficial resume to your future clients, an unofficial resume. So what are you reflecting about your values? What are you reflecting about your business ethics and your work-life balance? How are you speaking to the heart of your ideal client and addressing their pain points through your story. So let's get into it. We're going to dive into the ideal structure of your content to achieve maximum engagement. Someone said something really interesting the other day. They said to ask yourself every time you post, why the F would someone read this? Like why would someone read your post? So again, it speaks to the idea that we want to put out posts that someone would stop and read. So this is why we're going to go into the structure of a post to achieve maximum engagements, to stop the scroll. So we're going to stop the scroll by beginning with an attention grabbing statement. You want to grab your audience's attention by saying or asking something bold to stand out. They read that first line and then they want more. So they stop and read your entire post. That's what we want. So how can you get your readers to keep reading? An attention grabbing statement. Next, after that attention grabbing statement, we want to get it connected even further by sharing something that they can relate to, something that they can relate to and resonate with. So you can discuss a mutual pain point. This helps you get into that vulnerable space, which again allows true connections to be made. And since people buy from those that they know, that they like, and that they trust, it's important to get it connected, get into that vulnerable space. So what can you share? How can you share and more and relate more with your readers? And how can your readers relate more with you? And next, you want to be gold. Be gold and share a story or a lesson that you've learned along your life road. And it's so that your readers can illuminate their life roads with that lesson that you learned on your life road. This is where you drop some knowledge on them. This is where you lead with value. So what can you teach your readers? What can you teach your readers? A lesson that you've learned on your life road that can help illuminate their life road. I'm sure there's so many different lessons that we each have learned. And lastly, always end to a call to action. Always end with the call to action. Give your audience a chance to act on what you've posted. This isn't a one-way conversation. We want to open the doors for them to engage more with you. Tell your readers how they can engage further. How do you want them to reply to your post? Do you want them to comment on it? What do you want them to do with that knowledge that you just dropped on them, with the information that you just shared? What do you want them to do? How do you want them to engage? How can your readers engage with you further and take action on the material that they just read? So again, call to action. Always end with the call to action. A post without a call to action is a waste of a post. So I'm going to share with you some examples here. And the first example we have, now that you have the basic outline of an engaging post, I want to share with you some of these examples that I've posted that have gotten pretty good engagement. And this one says, sticking out is now the new in. Growing up, I've always stood out like a sore thumb for a variety of reasons. My height, my skin color, my speaking deficiency. See, I had a bad lisp. Not many people around me looked the way I did or talked the way I did. I must admit that at times I tried to hide my differences, but some things can never be disguised. Elementary school, middle, and high school, I stuck out. College and pharmacy school, I stuck out. Somewhere along the way, I began to own my differences and see them as uniqueness. And I realized sticking out is now the new in. What unique feature, gift, or talent makes you stick out? Own it and share it in the comments below. Join me next Thursday, January 21st at noon Pacific time. I'll be teaching you the framework to create your golden offer using those unique features, gifts, and talents that make you stick out. This is the first step in building an online-based business for time and location freedom. Comment #golden if you want in on this free training on how to leverage your gifts and talents. So these posts are crafted using the structure we just discussed. So I'm going to share with you one more post. How to create a life of time and location freedom. Check. Create a golden offer, a unique service available virtually. Check. 2. Launch that golden offer. Check. Share your golden offer on other people's platforms. As a pharmacist by trade, longing for the days I could manage my own time and work from wherever I wanted, I did these 3 steps and now I'm living the life I've dreamed of. So I'm telling you now that it is possible. So which of these 3 steps are you working on? Join me this Wednesday, January 20th at noon Pacific time. I'll be teaching you the framework to create your golden offer using those unique features, gifts, and talents that make you stick out. This is the first step in building an online-based business for time and location freedom. Comment hashtag gold if you want in on this free training on how to create a life of time and location freedom. So again, this post uses the structure that we just discussed, starting with an attention-grabbing statement, leading with value, getting into that vulnerable space, being gold, and then ending with a call to action. So I invite you to browse my past content and use my post as an example for how to craft your post. This isn't an invitation to copy and paste my posts and my content because it wouldn't make sense. It's not your story. It's my story. It's stories from my life road. So your specialty is different from mine. Your life road is different from mine. So you can use my post as a model and as an inspiration to craft your post, but be sure to be genuine, be gold, and integrate your authenticity into your posts. So do you see how each of these examples aligns with this structure? Attention grabbing statement, get it connected, be gold, call to action. So how can you grab the attention of your readers? What are some attention grabbing statements that you have used in the past to capture their attention? Think of all your posts before. What are some attention grabbing statements that you've used in the past to capture the attention of the readers, the ones that got the most engagement? So some effective attention grabbing statements may include how to level up your business so that you can have time and location freedom. And that's an effective attention grabbing statement because it's showing you what the post is going to be about. And then it's highlighting the promise, time and location freedom. Another good attention grabbing statement would be 5 ways to 10x your clientele. How I transitioned from blank to blank. How I overcame blank. And here you would fill in the blank with pain points that you once shared with your ideal clients. Okay, let me check the comments here. Oh, okay, Jenny, you said that you had clear, colorful photos. That's something that helped to stop the scroll. That's true. So having these clear, colorful photos that capture the eye, that's a very good way to capture your reader's attention. But then we also want to lead with value and get them to continue reading your post and sharing some value within that post. And then definitely ending with a call to action so that they can act on that post. So it's not just about having a pretty picture. It's more of like, what about this picture are you offering? Like, what value are you giving your readers, your prospective clients with that post? But that's really great. Keep using those beautiful, colorful pictures. So here are some examples of calls to action that engage. Comment hashtag me if you want this freebie. Comment hashtag let's go for enrollment info. Comment hashtag gold if you're ready to take action. Book a call. Tag a friend. These calls to action invite and encourage the reader to take action and engage with your post rather than simply browsing on through. If they simply dropped in, they saw your post, they clicked your link and considered registering but didn't, how would you know? How would you know? So I believe that social media is intended to be social. And it's time to put the social back in social media and to actually engage our readers, to encourage them to connect with you and begin authentic conversations, because this is how you're going to begin to convert your audience to paying clients. This is your green light to begin a conversation, because you're not sliding into their DMs unannounced. We don't want to slide into other people's DMs unannounced. That's not what we do here. It's not going to be an out of the blue message. It's going to be an invitation. You're sending them a message after they initiated a connection with you. And you can ask them for more information about themselves, what they're working on in their business, what they need help with. And if it is a good fit for the services that you offer, then you book a call or simply send them a link to register. So I want you to create an engaging post using the 4-part structure we learned today. So attention grabbing statement, get it connected, be gold, and call to action. And then share it in the comments with me after you post it on your platform. Share your post with me as well in the comments here. And then you can also tag me in it when you post, because I really want to see your engaging posts and how you're able to use this 4-part structure to create an engaging post. So comment #challenge accepted if you accept this challenge. If in the next day you are going to be posting an engaging post that uses this 4-part structure. Okay. Let me make sure we have all the questions are responded to. Let's see. Perfect. Okay. Challenge accepted. Thanks for accepting this challenge, Anne. I'll be checking your social media. Anne is also a golden VIP client of mine. So excited that you're here, Anne. You are crushing it, developing your training for your upcoming training next week. So moving along, I want to really highlight how important it is to be consistent in your posts. Posting value-driven content for 5 to 7 times per week. So that's every day, Monday through Friday, and maybe even Sunday through Saturday. So set your goals on posting 5 days a week to stay front of mind. And a 5-day schedule would be used on a week where it's just business as usual. It's a typical week. But if you have a training, a workshop, or a special offer going on for a limited time, you want to ramp it up to 7-day posting. So this allows you to be even more front of mind. So Tiger shares that she needs to start taking more pictures. Yes, get out there, set up a selfie stick and take some pictures in the backyard or in your house, in your home, in front of your computer, doing work. There's so many different ways that we can start to build up our albums and have footage for when we post, especially if we're going to start doing 5 to 7 day posting. I see that challenge accepted. Ami, challenge accepted. Tigress, everyone's accepting this challenge. So I really look forward to seeing your posts in the next day or two. Okay, so let's get into the art of hosting training. So now that we've covered targeted messaging and everyone's accepted the challenge to start posting with this 4-part structure, engaging messages, let's get into the art of trainings. So to start off your launch, you'll be hosting trainings to showcase the value of your program. And the word training, whenever I use the word training, it's synonymous with workshop or webinar. So during these trainings, you'll be providing a sneak peek into your program. So your prospects will not only get the value provided in your trainings, but they will learn your coaching style and get a sense of your energy and just get a feel for who you are as a person. Plus, you'll also get a sneak peek into what it would be like to work with them as your client. You'll get to see their work ethic and where they are in your business. So it's a win-win. And in these trainings, you'll want to lead with as much value as you can. You want your trainings to be value packed, like the one you are in now. And these trainings allow you to show your prospects how much value you have to offer. And then another bonus is that they allow you to attract more prospects simply by providing free value. So, with that being said, you'll want to host your trainings on a platform that you have lots of engagement on. So, for some, it might be Instagram, and for others, it might be Facebook. And for those who aren't even on social media, like the ones who are sitting behind the scenes here on Zoom with me, you might want to host your you might want to host your trainings on simply Zoom. And so those are some options for you for hosting your trainings. It does not necessarily have to be on a social media platform. Okay, the first step in planning a training is to schedule a date. That's the first step. It's not getting the material together. It's not creating your outline, your detailed outline, and then you plan your training. The first step is actually selecting a date, picking a date. And ideally, you want this date to be 2 weeks out to provide enough time for your planning and the marketing of your training. So, next, you'll choose the duration of your offer. Do you want to host a 1 day training, or do you want to host a 3 day training, or a series of trainings spaced out every other week? So, I actually recommend starting off with a 1 day training, and then you could increase your training duration from there. So I know those who are on the call, we have Tigress here who's planning on training 2 weeks out, February 17th, I believe. And then Anne has her training planned for Valentine's Day, February 14th, because it's a Valentine's Day special. So plan your training 2 weeks out to give you time to start posting and marketing your training. And then during that time, you can start outlining and creating the material that you will be presenting in your training. So next, you'll select your topic. So once you pick the date, you chose the duration, you're doing a 1 day, you're hosting a training 2 weeks out, you're doing a 1 day training. Next, you want to select your topic. So what nugget of a problem can you solve in 45 minutes? How can you share lots of value during your training within that 45 minutes? And remember, this training is a bait for your golden offer. Your training serves as a golden nugget to ultimately lead into your offer. So if your prospects who attend your training need more support, they'll be able to sign up and work with you as your client. So then this is when, after you've done your topic, if you selected your topic, this is where you'll create your outline. And it's not a detailed, huge outline. It's more of a 3 to 5 bullet point outline, because this is what you're going to use when you start marketing your training. You're going to share 3 to 5 points that you're going to be sharing within this training. So what 3 to 5 points can you share in 45 minutes that is a sneak peek into your golden offer, your future golden offer? And lastly, set up your registration event page. So you can use Eventbrite. You can use Eventbrite for registration. So those of you who are here on the call, you probably register with Eventbrite. You can also use Facebook events, or you can use both. So you want to set up your registration and start getting people registered for your event. Registration is key because it allows you to track the numbers who registered and then follow up with those who registered after the event, whether they attended it or not. And then we want to announce your training. So we got together the date, we have the duration, we have the short little mini outline, we have the registration, we have the registration site all set up. So now we're ready to announce. So you want to email and post valuable content to announce your upcoming training. So make a list of 30 to 50 people in your network who would benefit from your training. What 30 to 50 people would benefit from your training? Make this list. Think back from those you know now and those you've known in the past, and reach out and invite them to join your training personally. Another way we're going to announce your training is by speaking on other people's platforms. So speaking on other people's platforms, and usually at the end they say, hey, how can we connect more with you? What do you have going on? This is a great way for you to say, oh, hey, I have a training coming up next week. Here's how you register. So you want to speak on other people's platforms to share both your value and your upcoming trainings. So next, after we announce our training, we want to prep some more. We want to get it all dialed in. So we're going to create your presentation. If you're going to do a slideshow presentation like this, make sure that you've created one. Compile your adjoining notes. So whatever notes that you need to deliver a value-packed training, get that all together. And then check your registration list a day or two before your event. So you want to make sure that you're reaching out to those who have registered, reminding them that the event is taking place and where. And then also thanking them for registering and showing your excitement for the upcoming training. So after you've done that, practice, practice, practice. You want to make sure that your training is on point and it's delivering the value the highest value that you can in that training. So during the training, while you're sitting in the training with your attendees, you want to make sure that you engage with them. Ask them questions. Ask them to comment with any questions or feedback that they may have as they go through the training. Make sure they're following along with you and that they're getting value. And then give them an opportunity to book a follow-up call with you to learn more and gain more support. Is this all making sense? Once you choose a date for your launch, you want to host a free training around that launch date, lead with value, and start conversations, and then enroll clients. Is this making sense? So who's ready to launch? Who's ready to launch? Who's ready to host their free training? I want you to drop your launch date in the comments. So we have Anne, who has her launch date for February 14th. We have Tigris, who has her launch date for February 17th. So those of you who have not yet created their launch date, I want you to drop them in the comments. We have Valerie here. Greetings, Valerie. Thanks for joining us. Okay, makes sense. Great. So let's move on to speaking on other people's platforms. Okay, we have Ami here who's launching March 6th, training next week. Actually, I'm not sure if that's Ami. Pixel XL, launching March 6th, training next week. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, it is Ami. Hi, Ami. So she's launching March 6th. Anyone else who has a launch date coming up, or he's going to declare a launch date right now, drop them in the comments. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to speaking on other people's platforms. One of the greatest opportunities is being asked to speak on other people's platforms. Not only is this an honor, but it's a privilege. You're being able to reach and speak to another community who now has transferred respect for you. Whew. If the host trusts and respects you, then you must be trustworthy and respected. And that trust and respect transfers over to you when you are handed the mic. So take that mic and lead with value. Take that mic, speak your truth, lead with value. So I've created another training that dives into this further, but I want to briefly touch on what platforms to consider speaking on. You can speak on summits. There's a lot of virtual summits happening right now. You can speak on podcasts, Facebook community groups, Instagram lives, and on the radio. And people, this is the best time to get into speaking on other people's platforms, because you're not having to go and drive and get on the stage and in front of people that you don't know. This is, you literally just have to wear a sweatshirt or a nice top, because they can only see you from the top up. Sit in front of your computer and you can have your notes right in front of you on the screen. And so it takes that pressure off. Plus, you're being able to speak to people from all over the globe, not just located in your community. So this is the best time to get into speaking on other people's platforms. Okay. So I want you to begin to create a list of 7 platforms that you can speak on, and then set your goal on speaking on somebody else's platform at least once a week, especially around the time of your launch. Because they need you to speak on your platform. They need you to speak on their platform, and they have spots that they need to be filled. So don't be intimidated to reach out, because they need you. They need the value that you can provide. So you actually have 2 platforms that you can add to your list right now, that you can add to your list of 7 platforms. You can speak in my Facebook community, Impact Speakers Connect. And you can also speak on my radio show, Golden Sessions with doc.PEACE on KNSJ 89.1 FM. So who else can you reach out to speak on their platform? I have to say that when I first began speaking on other people's platforms, I was doing a lot of the outreaches for the first few months. I was outreaching 50 different platform holders a day. And now I have people reaching out to me because they see that I speak on other people's platforms. So it gets easier and easier to attract these opportunities with ease once you get it going. So if you need help with the process of speaking on other people's platforms, let me know and I'll be happy to help. So as we wind down this training, if you take just one thing from this entire training, I want it to be this: follow up. Become a follow-up queen or king. And as you lead with value by posting targeted messages, as you lead with value by hosting trainings, as you lead with value by speaking on other people's platform, you are going to attract so many leads. Trust me. A lead is anyone who engages with your content, indicating that they may benefit from it. Again, a lead is anyone who engages with your content, indicating that they may benefit from it. So how can you possibly keep track of these leads? As you're posting these targeted messages and you're asking them to engage with calls to action, and then they're commenting back, and like that's a lead right there. And so you're going to be posting 5 to 7 times a week. You're going to be speaking on different platforms once a week. You're going to be hosting these trainings every other week. That's a lot of leads. So how can you possibly keep track of these leads? If you don't track them, they're going to fall off. So I want you to create a leads log. Create a leads log of all the leads with the name, with the name of the lead, the contact, the platform that you engage with them on, their handle if it's on Instagram, and any notes on the interaction. And follow up with everyone. Follow up with everyone. Follow up with every lead and log each of these conversations. And I want to remind you that this isn't a bugaboo list. This is not a bugaboo list. You're not bugging your leads to sign up to your program or to enroll in your offer, because I've gotten plenty of messages from people saying, hey, when are you going to sign up for my program? And it's a huge turnoff. Those are the worst messages to get, because you never asked me what I'm doing. You never asked me what I'm up to in my business. You didn't even say hello. You're just asking me when I'm signing up for your program when you don't even know if I need your program. So that's a huge turnoff, and that's not what we're doing here. You're leading with value. You're leading with value by letting them know what free trainings that you've got going on, asking them what they need help with in their business, and starting or continuing a conversation. Starting or continuing a conversation, following up with them regularly because you are a follow up queen or follow up king. So, we're going to go into this process deeper, this follow up process, and how to actually enroll your clients after following up with them. And this is going to be our next training that's going to be held Thursday, February 18th at noon. So make sure you mark your calendars for that. Don't worry, I'll be following up with you. So I want to end with some shifts that I have made to achieve a pharmacist salary, to achieve my previous pharmacist salary. These are some shifts that I've made in my life in order to do that. One of the biggest shifts I made was to own my golden attributes. So when I was sitting there in my gold sequin dress, I needed to become gold, to own my golden attributes, what made me genuine, original, loving dreamer. And I did that. Then I needed to create a golden high ticket offer. I needed to create an offer that was packed with value, that packaged all of my golden attributes and allowed me to help and provide value to others. And then I needed to start posting golden content 5 to 7 times a week. This was actually a hard thing for me to shift to, but I did it. And I know that you can too, especially once you start scheduling out your posts and batch creating those posts. And I can show you how if you need help with that. I also started speaking on other people's platforms, and I speak on at least one platform a week. So that's about 4 times a month that I speak on other people's platforms to grow my global community organically. I also host 2 free value-based offers. So I host trainings every other week to provide even more value to my prospective clients and to my tribe. I also do track conversations. This is so key to track conversations because, again, if you're not tracking your leads and the conversations that you're having with your leads, that they're going to fall off. And then that also ties into following up. So these are the shifts that I've made in my business, and I probably have to say the biggest shift was number 1 and number 2, owning my golden attributes, and then beginning to follow up with prospective leads and really getting it connected and forming relationships with others. So, I'm going to go ahead and read the comments here before we continue. I'm so inspired. Going to reach out to people today. Thanks, Peace. Thanks, Ami. I'm so glad that you were able to join and get this inspiration that you need. Okay, so that's all I have prepared for you today. We went into how to launch your offer in 3 ways, how to lead with value through hosted trainings such as the one you are in now, how to attract leads through messaging, and how to build relationships through following up, through getting it connected. So if you would like, or if you are feeling called to further leverage your unique skill sets to create your online based business, I want to invite you to book a call with me. We can talk about where you're at now, where you want to go, and how I can help you fill in the gap to get there. So go to calendly.com/doc.PEACE. That's again, calendly.com/doc.PEACE. And we'll get on a quick call and explore ways in which I can help you on this journey. Because I'm officially calling 2021 the year of multiple revenue streams. This is the year of multiple revenue streams. So if you've ever thought about what else you could do to increase the flow of income and use more of your gifts and talents and your expertise and skill sets, I would love to talk with you more about where you're at now on your life road and how I can help you along your transformational journey, because together we thrive. So let's book a call, a discovery call. This is a no pressure call for us to get to know each other more and see if working together would be a good fit for the both of us. Whew. So yes, I look forward to connecting with you shortly. And as promised, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for the person who is the most engaged during this golden session. It's going to be a tough battle here because there is so much engagement, and I really appreciate and thank each and every one of you for stopping in. And I'll see who's the most engaged. I'll assess the situation and then comment who won my signed copy of Doc Peace of Mind Method. So I'm going to check the comments one last time. If you have any questions or any additional comments, make sure to drop them in the comments and I can see them. Oh, thanks so much, Shan. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Callum, here's to learning and growing and how to utilize our humanity. Yes, so grateful for this presentation. So grateful to connect with you, Callum. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for joining everyone who's behind the scenes. We have Beth Tigress and Ami, and I believe we have one more, Beth Tigress, Ami, and yes, okay. So yes, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I really appreciate your connection and your energy. And if there aren't any more comments or questions, I'm going to wrap up this golden training. And you know what to do. Book that discovery call with me and let's talk about where you're at now and where you want to be, because together we thrive. Together we thrive. So I'm Doc Peace. Have a wonderful day, everyone. We'll talk soon.